If I don't always look like the cutest grunge that ever did live, tell me to go home and change into my athlete clothes because I literally have the cutest clothes in the world. There's no reason not to look on point all the time. I just finished filming the athlete try-on haul. If you guys didn't watch that, definitely go watch it. You'll see these items as well as many more. So make sure to watch that video. But for now, I'm gonna go take Vinny outside and get to meal number 1. Would you like to go outside? Do you wanna go outside? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Stretch. Are you tired? Just want you guys to know I just walked around my complex with a tag hanging out like that. So proud of my new clothes with the tag still on. Oh my gosh, it's literally so good. I just want to enjoy it off camera, but this tastes like fall in your mouth. It's just this warm, comforting, it's not overly pumpkin spice either. So I did about a little more than half a scoop in my 50 grams of oats. It's so good. We hear all the time, do what makes you happy, and I think sometimes people think that means that they have to plan a vacation or go out on a date or do this or that, and sometimes happiness is in the tiniest little things. So take note of all the tiny little things that make you happy. Like that bowl of pumpkin spice oatmeal just now just made me feel so just happy and cozy and warm that I was like, I need to remember that this gives me that feeling, because if I ever need it, it's right there. It's always there for me. And so is this little guy who's chilling with his little friend. You're so precious, Vinny. Everyone loves you. So my meal number 1 was the protein oats, and now I'm gonna go glue my eyeballs to a screen for hours because that's what I do for my job. And it's great and I love it, but I'm gonna be on the screen for a few hours, so I won't be vlogging, and then I'll show you guys my pre-workout meal, and I'm gonna film a little bit of my workout with Doug. So you guys, I haven't stopped training with Doug, I haven't stopped training hard AF. Nothing really changes other than the fact that I get more food, a little more flexibility, and I'm, taking some time to focus on some other areas. One thing I'm gonna start doing, which I already have booked and have paid for, is some bodywork sessions with MyoDetox. So I will be doing that every Monday for a little while to get everything fully functioning, fully just the best spot it could be, so that come prep, I am just doing some upkeep and I'm not always doing like, oh my gosh, my body is wrecked, fix me. It'll be more of just like maintenance. So I'm really thinking ahead to make sure that the 2020 season is the best one that I've had yet. And this one was pretty damn good. So I think the next one though will be even better. Duh. My pre-workout meal today is turkey breast, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and rice. So this meal is 380 calories, 30 protein, 45 carbs, and 10 fat. It is also higher sodium, so this is actually a perfect pre-workout meal, and I still have about an hour before I go train, so it'll have plenty of time to digest. For a big meal like this, I always want at least 45 minutes, especially if I'm training glutes like today. Are you so tired? Would you like a little piece of turkey? There you go, honey. Bringing another glute day workout with my trainer, Doug.
What's up, guys?
So last I heard, I was talking about my glutes and how it's my main focus. Can you tell them what we're doing with our training to maximize our glute progress next time we're on stage?
Yeah, what we're really doing is we are mixing the traditional bodybuilding type workouts, heavy compound movements, single isolations of the hamstrings, the quads, and the glutes all together. And we're also throwing plyometrics and some athletic type things in there as well to really capitalize on all different phases of the muscle's use and the muscle's effectiveness. What this allows us to do is pre-fatigue both small fast twitch fibers or the big heavy muscle groups. We can pre-fatigue either one and hit it from all different angles with all different levels of exhaustion essentially to really maximize everything.
Cool. I'm gonna go dive. I'll be back for the first set.
That's it. Good. Let's see that glute get contracted high up there. That's it. Hold that contraction up high. Good. Don't let that knee go forward. Down and back, up and back. Weight at the bottom. Go. Regular one part. 1. 7. Really exaggerate the rounding of your back. 8. Good. Think about pushing your ass into that bench. You should have dimples there when you come off that. Up, up, up. 6. Up, 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 up. 7. Come on, come on. Wide, wide. There it is. Flex the glutes up top. That's it. Good. Come on, keep it going. What this hack squat does, a lot of people think a hack squat's only for the quads. But when we have our feet in that position and we pull the knees to the outside, what we're doing is opening the hips to allow the glutes to squeeze up, almost like a plie. And if you keep the hips back, you're engaging muscles that you can't get outside of a barbell squat, which we can't do every single time we train legs. So this is a great alternative to that. Lots of power, lots of force, lots of focus.
And also, he told me on the jump squats, go really, really wide. When you come up, squeeze the glute at the top. I feel like a lot of us will do jump squats just like jumping, yeah. But when you really focus on squeezing the glute at the top, it's like a whole new movement.
You never want to just go up and down. When you're training legs, you have to know what part of the legs are squeezing to push your body away from the floor. It's not just a jump. There's a lot of activation going in there.
So, mind-muscle connection, but you got to know what muscles you're working. Thank you. Such a good leg workout.
Bam. Rock and roll.
Nice and sweaty. Just finished up on the treadmill, and I just did incline of I think 12, and then speed was at like 3.3, so just a nice incline walk. Feel nice and sweaty, and now we're headed to the grocery store. I made a list. I checked it twice. All right, this is so corny. I'm gonna stop now. Okay, so purse. Go again. So post-workout, we are here at Ralph's, and we're gonna grab some groceries. I brought my reusable grocery bags. I always try to bring these when I remember, and we're gonna grab a few things because I'm honestly out of everything. Let's go. Stage 5 clear. non-fat Greek yogurt, and this does actually have 5 sugars in it, but it's 5 carbs, 18 protein per serving, so it's a lot of protein. Ooh, they have all sorts of fun flavors. Oh, whoa. So it does have way less ingredients. For cookie dough really isn't that bad. But compared to that, this has like so much more. That is one thing I've started to do, is start to look at the ingredient labels and try to choose things that have less ingredients. Huh. Okay. Choosing peanut butters. And I wanted to look at the back, and this says organic, no stir, 90% peanuts. Then I looked on the back, it says peanuts, organic palm oil, organic cane sugar, and sea salt. I'm like, why is there cane sugar? And so then I find this one, ingredients, peanuts, winner. I usually go for the Dave's Killer Bread. This one's thinly sliced, so it's less calories, 12 carbs per slice. My Greek yogurt at night. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys my tips for shopping at the grocery store. Number 1 tip is to make a list so that you don't overbuy. So when I make a list, I section things off into different categories. Like for my vegetables, I chose ahead of time that I wanted spinach, kale, tomato, and bell pepper. So that's what I got. I got boxed spinach, some fresh kale, I got mini bell peppers, and then some cherub tomatoes so I can make all of my meals into salads. And then I wanted some fruits, so I decided ahead of time. I usually stick to berries because they're low glycemic, they're good in fiber. So I went for some blackberries, blueberries, and then I do either apple or a banana. Those are higher glycemic, but I wanted them for my smoothies, so I went with banana this time. And then from there, I knew that I wanted different like bread type items, like actual bread, rice cakes, granola. I got some plain peanut butter because I've been craving just like plain peanut butter recently. So got some of that, and I used a little bit of my roommate's, so I didn't have to. And then I put all my like dairy type stuff in one section. So I have eggs, I got non-fat Greek yogurt, my creamer that I absolutely love in my coffee, and then this is what I get is just unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Toiletries down below. So when you're shopping at the store, make a list, section it off, and I go in order of my list. So I know the vegetables are first with the fruits, and then we have the pantry type items, then we have the dairy type items, then we have the last ones. One tip as well is that in the middle center of all the aisles, that's where most of the processed foods are, the canned, stuff like that. So I try to get minimal items from there and really stay on the outside part of the grocery store because that's where the fresh vegetables, fruits are, and even the meats. I personally don't have to buy meat because I have Icon Meals. Icon Meals preps all of my food, but I like to take those Icon Meals and make it into a salad, or I like to make a smoothie with my protein powder, so I get all the additional items here. I hope that this store trip was helpful for you, and now let's go home and put it all up. Getting groceries is one of my favorite things. Anytime I travel and go to a new city, I usually check into my Airbnb, and then I immediately like map out where a grocery store is. I low-key already know because I only put Airbnbs next to grocery stores. And I go explore and look at all the good food. Even when I'm on prep and I can't buy all of it, I'm like, I just want to look at your organization here. Side note, in Montreal, amazing organization of all of their fresh fruits and vegetables. It was beautiful to look at. I don't know if it's me being organized or slight OCD, but when I put things on the conveyor belt, I literally put them in order because that's how they're going to bag it. So when you get home, things are in order. So like veggies, fruits, breads. Last grocery store trip. Last grocery store tip. Put your cart back, people. It's rude to leave it in the parking lot. Try to say grocery store tip like over and over and over. You try.
Grocery store tip. Grocery store tip.
Yeah, you want to say trip for some reason.